Hello, English learners everywhere, students in grades 11 and 12. Today, I'm going to show you how to write informative essay. Do you have a problem in this type of essay? Then let's begin. So here, let's start with this, the word what. So here, what is informative writing? What is informative writing? It's a kind of writing which is based on giving information about something or someone. So here, this type is mainly based on, from its name, here you got informative. That means it is mainly based on information. So try to avoid giving your opinion about something. Okay? So what questions we have in this type of writing? The first type is general information questions. So you are asked to give general information about something or someone. Let's have an example. Here, write at least 100 words on the following topic. How to be a good Omani citizen. Your writing should be clear and well organized. Here, you are asked to give some information about how to be a good Omani citizen. The second type of this question is pros and cons. In Arabic, مميزات وعيوب. Okay, so this kind of question you are asked to give pros or cons or even both of them about a particular topic. So here we got an exam question like, write at least 100 words on the following topic. The benefits of working in a team. Your writing should be clear, well organized, and interesting. Now let's move on to the structure, and let me use a bit Arabic in order to make it easier for some students. So here the word structure, it means in Arabic al-bina, how to write, or step by step how to write informative essay. So here, let's see, inform or informative writing, it means it include an opening paragraph to introduce the topic. يبقى في البداية لازم يكون عندك introduction or an opening paragraph. The second one, name facts in the body paragraphs of your essay. So here you write some facts. Try to use only facts, حقائق فقط. حاول تتجنب تتكلم عن رأيك الشخصي. Avoid personal opinions. Follow the facts with supporting sentences. These facts, try to make some supporting sentences. يكون في جمل بتدعم هذه الحقائق اللي موجودة أو تتكلم عنها. Organize your writing with transition words. This is a very important point. Here, try to use or organize your writing with transition words. حاول دايما تربط العبارات أو الجمل اللي موجودة في الرايتنج مالك ببعض الأدوات الربط اللي موجودة في اللغة الإنجليزية. يعني you are not just asked to write short, simple sentences. Remember, you are in grade 11 or we are talking to grade 12 students or even grade 10, I think. Okay, so try to use transition words or linking words. كلمات ربط. The fourth one, refer to the topic and include key vocabulary. حاول دايما تتكلم عن الموضوع وحاول يكون عندك بعض الكلمات الدالة عن الموضوع key vocabulary أو كلمات أساسية تقدر تعتمد عليها. Make closing paragraph that relates to the topic. Here, this is the conclusion. So you got introduction, body paragraphs, conclusions, and don't forget to use transition words. Let's move on quickly to the introduction and see how to write an introduction to informative writing. Here, the introduction, it is your opportunity to grab the attention of the reader. إذن هي فرصتك لكي تجذب انتباه القارئ and present بتعرض your thesis statement. تمام. Your thesis statement can be one sentence. Make it very clear, showing what the reader will be informed about. So first, try to use some grabbers, sentences you use to grab the reader's attention. يبقى في البداية بنحاول نحط بعض العبارات نجذب بها انتباه القارئ. Then we'll move or get to the point of our writing, the topic, and talk about or write thesis statement. As you say, thesis statement, okay, أو الجملة الأساسية اللي موجودة في الباراجراف هي الجملة اللي بيكون فيها ملخص كامل عن your piece of writing. What is it about? يبقى هي بتشرح what is it about. Okay, let me show you this diagram first about the introduction and conclusion. Here, this one. Okay, let me explain in Arabic to make it easier for some students, as I told you before. Here you got the introduction. Okay, the introduction, brief background or contextual information, then focus attention on a specific theme of this writing, then this statement. يعني في البداية لو مثلا احنا عندنا موضوع بيتكلم عن smartphones as a source of media، يبقى smartphones. okay, smartphones, this is the topic. الموضوع عندنا smartphones، هنتكلم عن smart or uses of smartphones. طيب let us talk about the background first. مش هندخل على طول في الموضوع ونتكلم عن سمارت فونز، لكن هنبدأ الأول نشوف السمارت فونز هذا this is a part of what. okay, it is a source of media nowadays، نوع من أنواع وسائل التواصل هذه الأيام. يبقى احنا الأول we will talk about media in the grabbers, then in thesis statement بنقول إن احنا هنتكلم عن uses of mobile phones or different uses of mobile phones in the thesis statement. So we are moving from general to specific. Here the opposite we have in the conclusion. We are moving from specific to general. So if we are talking about different uses of mobile phones بنتكلم عن استخدامات المختلفة الموبايل phones like chatting like entertaining or playing games, like communicating with others. Okay, there are uses or different uses of mobile phones. We are moving from this to general. يعني بنبدأ من أول العبارات دي وبعد كده نطلع بيها فوق خالص كأنها as a type of media. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let's move on to attention grabbers plus thesis statement or the introduction. And we have got a surprise here. عندي هنا ليكم مفاجأة جميلة جدا جدا إن معانا بعض العبارات اللي ممكن نستخدمها في أي موضوع. Let's see here first attention grabbers. Grabbers can be proverb, quotation, jokes, surprising. يبقى الكلمات اللي احنا او الجمل اللي احنا بنحطها في اول جمله في ال informative writing ممكن تكون proverbs، يعني امثله، او quotations ممكن تكون عبارات اقتباسيه من مسرحيه او الى اخره. ممكن تكون questions or surprising facts. Okay, let's say we have got here 3 examples. We can use them in almost any introduction. يعني ممكن نستخدمهم في أغلب المواضيع اللي ممكن تجينا. Okay, here okay, here there are 3 patterns, okay, for successful introduction. As I told you, we have got some patterns for successful introduction. The first one here, okay, the world around us is changing constantly. Media, so we can write about communication, education, traveling, profession, etc. is not what it used to be in the past. It has witnessed great development. In this essay, the light will be shed on the topic, الموضوع اللي احنا نتكلم عنه, and how it affects the world in which we live. So here, imagine that we are talking about traveling abroad. يبقى التوبيك هنا عندك هيكون traveling abroad. فوق هنختار واحدة من الكلمات دي، ممكن تكون كلمة ايه؟ yes traveling. يبقى نقول the world around us is changing constantly. Traveling is not what it used to be in the past. It has witnessed great development. In this essay, the light will be shed on traveling or benefits of traveling abroad and how it affects the world. طيب imagine we are talking about، تخيل ان احنا بنتكلم عن smart or different uses of smartphones. So we will choose the word above media, and in the topic down we'll write smartphones. If we are talking about blended learning, التعلم المدمج, for example, blended learning, okay? So we will choose education. So here, the world around us is changing constantly. في تغير دائم. Education is not what it used to be in the past. It has witnessed great development. In this essay, the light will be shed on the blended learning as a type of education and how it affects the world in which we live. تمام? Okay, so here you can give more examples from your own or more topics from your own, but as I told you, try to write the topic down here. This is called thesis statement. يبقى العبارة دي اسمها thesis statement اللي تحت from in this essay. العبارة اللي فوق this is called grabbers or attention grabbers. العبارة اللي بتجذب انتباه الايه؟ القارئ. This is the first pattern. Okay, let's move on to the second one. Here you can use the video and write this introduction. Okay, then let's move on to the second one. The second introduction here. Yes, this one. Could you imagine life without topic source? And as I told you, topic source اللي هو مصدر العنوان الرئيسي اللي احنا نتكلم عنه. It could definitely be difficult as ونتكلم has become a fundamental part of our daily life. In this essay, a light or the light will be shed on the topic على الموضوع and how it affects the world in which we live. Okay, here if you are talking about the highest building in the world, the highest building in the world, so this is the topic. How about the topic source? المصدر ماله ده هيكون بينتمي لإيه the highest building؟ ممكن يكون السياحة مثلا tourism. So could you imagine life without tourism? It could definitely be difficult as tourism حيث أن السياحة has become a fundamental part of our daily life. In this essay, the light will be shed on the highest building in the world and how these projects affect the world in which we live. Okay, now let's move on to the third introduction pattern. Yes, this one. Okay, for this one, I think many students are familiar with this one. So it says, no one can deny that. Write the topic source. If you are writing about COVID-19, it can be health. The topic source will be health. So if the topic was COVID-19 or coronavirus, so no one can deny that health plays a very significant role in our world nowadays, since it is obviously touches all aspects of life. In this essay, the light will be shed on. So here you write COVID-19 and how it affects our life nowadays. Okay, you can pause the video and write this introduction as well. I think we finished the introduction. Now let's move on to something else. So this is body paragraphs. We're still in the structure of body paragraphs. Here we can use it can be two to three paragraphs. So at least 2 or they can be 3 paragraphs. Okay, but as I told you, don't forget to use linking words like this here. So we have got some linking words. Okay, as I told you, you can pause the video and write them to begin with. So here you can write first, initially, to begin, etc. Okay, in the middle, transitions, you can use such linking words, or in the ending transactions, or you can use these words in the conclusion. Pause the video and write them if you like, or some of them. So you are not supposed to use all of these words. Okay, so here let's move on to the next one. You got here some linking words for contrast. لو في عندك تناقض في المعنى using but, however, otherwise, etc. or illustration للتوضيح, cause and effect علاقة السبب والنتيجة, or summary if you would like to summarize something, يعني تلخص شيء ما, ممكن تستخدمه in conclusion. Okay, here we got still we have linking words like addition. If you would like to add some information, use and, to, also, as well as, furthermore. Emphasis, تريد تأكد شيء معين. Order, ترتيب أحداث. Comparison, مقارنة. Okay, استخدم هذه العبارات. This is for the body paragraphs, and don't forget, please, this is urgent, don't forget to make brainstorming, okay, before you start writing about body paragraphs. So you can make a rough draft, okay, before writing about body paragraphs. يعني تقوم بعمل مسودة وتكتب فيها أفكارك. Write the ideas you are going to write about in body paragraphs before starting writing body paragraphs. يعني قبل ما تكتب الأفكار اللي أنت تتكلم عنها، حاول تكتب الأفكار دي in a draft. تكتبها في مسودة قبل ما تبدأ تكتب أفكار in order to be clear, concise and precise. Okay, يعني واضحة وملخصة وأمورها تمام. This is for body paragraphs. As I told you, they can be 2 to 3 paragraphs. يعني ممكن يكونوا 2 أو 3 paragraphs. Now let's move on to the conclusion. Yes, the conclusion here. This is for thesis. Restate the thesis statement. العبارة الرئيسية اللي احنا أخذناها في الانترودكشن احنا بنعمل لها إعادة صياغة. Okay, using synonym and remind the reader of your sentence, of your stance or opinion. وممكن تكون كمان summary of main ideas. تمام، يعني هتبقى هنا summary of main ideas بتلخص فيها الأفكار اللي أنت كتبتها. The key topics discussed. ممكن تكون recommendation, prediction or solution. Okay, the final sentence should be future focus. What needs to be done. Okay, ممكن يكون كلمة أو عبارة للمستقبل. ده بالنسبة how to write conclusion. في كلمات هنا عندي كتيرة جدا ممكن نستخدمها to end an essay or in conclusion. So these words you can pause the video and write not them all, write them all, but you can write some of them or some words you like to use in conclusion, to start the conclusion with, like to conclude, to come to the point, in summary, in the end, okay, and so on. Okay, I think we almost finished informative writing structure, but just one more thing, as I told you here, for the introduction and the conclusion. In the introduction we start from general to specific. بنبدأ من الكل وبعد كده نتكلم عن الجزء. So if we are going to talk about smartphones, التوبيك عندي uses of the smartphones، يبقى لازم تبدأ الأول تتكلم عن the media، وسائل التواصل الاجتماعي، and smartphones as a type of media. Okay, So if you are going to talk about COVID-19, you have to talk about or to mention it as a type of disease. يبقى تكلم أول عن كونها مرض من الأمراض, or you can talk about health in general, الصحة وكيفية إن احنا نعتني بصحتنا. Then talk about COVID-19 in thesis statement. يبقى في الجرابرز الجملة اللي احنا بنجذب بيها الانتباه نتكلم بيها عن الكل. الجملة اللي احنا الثيسيس ستيتمنت الرئيسية اللي هنتكلم فيها عن الموضوع اللي احنا بصدده بنتكلم فيه بشكل جزئي اللي هو الموضوع نفسه. طيب in conclusion we do the opposite. بنعمل العكس. بنبدأ من البادي باراجرافز, العناصر الموجودة في البادي باراجرافز بعمل لها تلخيص, وبعد كده بقول ان هي as a part of, كجزء من اللي موجود فوق. وبعد كده ممكن انهيها in a rhetorical question, سؤال ممكن. You can predict something could happen in the future, etc. يعني ممكن تنهيها بسؤال, ممكن تنهيها بتنبؤ عن شيء ممكن يحصل في المستقبل إلى آخره. This is for the conclusion, and don't forget you can use these words to start a conclusion. Here we finished the structure of informative writing. Let's move on to the next activity. Okay, let's see what we have next. Here we have got a sample. Okay, this is sources of media. So the world around us is changing constantly. So here I used the word media as a background to the sources of media in the topic. And I said that in this essay, this is called thesis statement. يبقى اللي فوق هذه لحد هنا development دي نسميها grabbers, to grab the reader's attention. Then we have got thesis statement here. Then first we use some linking words to talk about sources of media, and we add something to talk about this. Then to sum up the internet, smartphones, TVs, radios, etc. As a source or as sources or significant sources of media nowadays. Who knows in the future which sources of media will replace them. Okay, so you can write, pause the video and write this piece of writing if you like. Then we have got some examples, some questions here. Okay, so you can do these questions as homework. You have got 3 questions with 3 pieces of writing. You can show me your work in the comments below. Here, the first one, we got this question, how to be a good Omani citizen. How to be a good Omani citizen. Okay, your writing should be clear and well organized. For the second one here, okay, you can pause the video if you wish to write these topics. How to stay healthy. How to stay healthy. Okay, and the third one, the most interesting sport in the world. The most interesting sport in the world. Okay, I think we've reached the end of our episode today. I hope you could learn something useful about informative essay writing. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and for more videos, subscribe to my channel. Let's learn English. Thanks for watching. Best of luck. Bye bye.